Hi everyone, welcome aboard Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and this is a triple shot, a threesome if you like, of tier 10 Russian medium tank action. The first two battles are going to be in ranked battles. That's why the display looks a little bit different on the left and the right hand side of the screen. The first two replays have been sent to me from Ace of Spades from Crazy Clan. Ace of Spades running around in his Object 140, the tier 10 Russian medium tank. APCR rounds as standard, 320 hit points of damage, 264 penetration, and if that's not enough, 330 penetrations. What you get with the premium rounds, which are heat rounds. As we have a look at this replay on Cliff, Ace of Spades from Crazy Clan in his Object 140, doing the ranked battles, not doing what a lot of people were doing when ranked battles was on. Of course, ranked battles, the current season stopped, and I think they're going to look at some changes, but Ace of Spades from Crazy Clan, not doing what the vast majority of people tend to do. A lot of people I've spoken to and read about said artillery is probably the easiest way to get up, but I've heard that it's quite hard to get a game in artillery because of, I know when I was doing it, just the sheer amount of artillery tanks in the queue, if you like. And anyway, Ace of Spades, he's not stuffing around, he's not camping the red line, he's getting stuck right up into it in the western central part of Cliff, looking for damage on these heavy tanks, the medium tanks that the enemy has sent that way. A lot of ping on the map going on about artillery, how about a bit of a hand, and that's probably a valid point. Lots of enemy tanks have been spotted in this western central part of Cliff, and hopefully that's where artillery are aiming. 3 artilleries on each side, which is pretty much what you get in every ranked battle. I didn't play a massive amount of ranked battles, but just because of work and the time of night that they were on, it was not quite convenient for me. Ace of Spades copying a little bit of damage from the E100, the T57 and the 215B, but he's dished out 1567 damage so far. And he just put another 343 into the T110E4, the tier 10 turreted American tank destroyer. Still plenty of tanks up here. He's in a position where hopefully enemy artillery can't really hurt him. But looking at where the enemy tanks are, a lot of these tanks, you'd imagine those 3 artillery pieces would be able to drop turds on their heads pretty easily. You can see some heavy tanks have gone along the eastern flank. Nothing so far, nothing's been spotted down there. Very good chance there's a number of enemy tanks camping the red line, which seems to happen in ranked battles. You can see the FV215B and the STRV103B camping back up here, but they are tank destroyers, so you probably can't criticise them too much for that. Ace of Spades looking for the kill shot on the T110E4, and that's the first kill of this game, and he's picked it up in his Object 140. He's already on just over 2,000 hit points of damage. He's only got 770 remaining health, so he needs to be maybe a little bit conservative. And I guess you see, look at that, the other Object 140, who is on 1,100 hit points. He's running back to snipe the red line, and unfortunately, that's what you often see in ranked battles. You see people who might not be confident that they're going to win the game, so they go back and try and snipe the red line to try and ensure that they get in the top 3. So that they get a chevron on the losing team. A lot of ideas have been thrown around about what could be some ideas to improve the ranked battle system and try to create a little bit more dynamic gameplay. Looks like that Object 140 wasn't going all the way back. Looks like he's in one of those boost positions where he can hopefully get some shots on those heavies. Just a mouse left on that corner on the western flank, and Ace of Spades looking to pick up another kill, and he does it. Picks up his second kill, getting rid of the Batchat tier 10 French auto-loading medium tank as he comes around and to try and give that IS-7 and the FE a little bit of assistance. The tanks in the middle, you can see, looks like the enemy artillery focusing quite heavily on that T110E5. The Centurion Action X, well done to him. He's been there all game, but he hasn't taken any damage. Maybe artillery's more focused on the heavy tank rather than the tier 10 British medium tank. Ace of Spades on 2 kills, 2,695 damage, 2,000 assisted damage. They're winning 4-1, so as long as they play this as if it was a normal game, they should win. They're up by 3 tanks, you'd imagine they should win. T57 Heavy gets spotted on that western flank again by the mouse on the Object 140. Ace of Spades clearly looking at the map and looking at what's going on. The IS-7 and the FE215B 183, the Death Star tank destroyer, have managed to get all the way down here, and he's thinking, well, maybe if I get around here on these ridge lines, I can get a few more cheeky shots into the middle of the map. The other FV215B 183 gets taken out by the E100 on that central eastern flank where all those enemy tanks are. And the Ace of Spades maybe looking for some vision on whatever might be camping down in the southeast. Maybe even looking for the cheeky shot on. He might even spot their artilleries from up here. He's not slowing down. He's going to keep going straight up there. Thinks he's got a shot on that E100. I think he might be behind. I think he's on the other side of that little ditch, I suppose you'd call it. But the FV215B certainly is, and he goes for a shot, but the Death Star picks up the kill, bringing the score up to 5-2. And here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Camping medium tanks. It does seem to happen. He's lucky enough to bounce the shot from the Centurion. Looking for a tracking shot by the looks of him. Gets a shot into him. Looks like the FV. Well, the Stritzwagen might have put a shot into that Centurion Action X. Takes him down to 567 hit points. And unfortunately, that's an example. That Centurion Action X. I don't want to name and shame anyone, but his in-game name is Monster HP 222. Unfortunately, that's the kind of gameplay that Ranked Battles sometimes promotes. You can see Ace of Spades already got to rank 2 when he sent me this replay. I'm not sure where he ended up. I haven't gone to the trouble of looking him up, but now he's moving forward, trying to get eyes on the artillery and that Centurion Action X as well. He'll be spotted because he's proximity spotted those tanks, but he's got them lit. Looks like the GWE 100 has just fired. Enemy T92 has also just fired, and so for that reason, Ace of Spades focusing on the Centurion Action X rather than that artillery. He knows that artillery is going to have a pretty big reload. He picks up the kill on the Centurion Action X. He's down to 123 hit points, and credit where credit's due. Credit to Ace of Spades for not camping the red line. You know, he's been right at the front of this battle all the way. Just misses a shot on the T57 Heavy, and of course that shot pretty much warned him to it's time to move. Russian accuracy not 100%, and finally lands a shot on the Tier 10 auto-loading American heavy tank. Keeps his gun aimed in the same spot, throws in a blind shot, and also good to see Ace of Spades not spamming premium rounds. I found that the games I did play, I played one artillery game, which didn't work out too well for me. I played a lot of Russian mediums, and I just used it as an opportunity to try and get a little bit better in Russian mediums with a totally different kind of gameplay. And I can proudly say I wasn't sniping at all. Didn't have to use too much premium ammunition, but of course you do come up against quite a lot of mouses and artillery. And of course using a medium tank, you can sort of run around a bit more and try and be safe. Try and be safe from the enemy artilleries by being mobile rather than camping, which is what you do see so often. Spots the T92 Heavy, puts a shell into the Tier 10 American tank. There's two of them there. You might as well go for the kill. That's kill number 5 for the Ace of Spades from Crazy Clan. He's up to over 5,000 damage, and he'll be looking for that headshot. There we go. No, it doesn't quite get there enough. The STRV, the Stritzwagen 103B. Swedish TD picks up the kill. 11-5 the score now. Just 4 enemy tanks left. Type 5 Heavy. E100, a T57 Heavy, and the FV215B 183, the Death Star. Of course, any one of those tanks could one-shot the Ace of Spades with a well-placed shot towards his Russian medium. Ace of Spades looking for the kill shot on the E100, but the E100, clearly his sixth sense went off and he's backed up. And look at those enemy tanks, all sort of huddled in that corner. But looking around the IS-7 on 1,000, the Centurion Action X on 1,000, clearly they're maybe not confident of getting in the top 12, maybe. Who knows? Maybe they really don't want to get in there and trade with any of these tanks, especially that Type 5 Heavy with its big derp gun, and the FE215B, and even that E100, which is now dead. But Ace of Spades, he doesn't care. He's confident that the FE215B is not looking his way. So there's the top gun. I don't think they have top guns in ranked battles, but 6 kills is certainly no mean feat, as he, just for good measure, he puts a shell into the back of the T57 Heavy. One more should do it. No, leaves him on just a handful of hit points, but not a bad result at all in the object. 140, the Ace of Spades from Crazy Clan on Cliff. Clearly top scored in that battle, and let's have a look at these post-game battle results. He's absolutely killed it. Look at all those tanks that he spotted, damaged and destroyed. He's at an absolute ripper. 5,901 hit points in a medium tank. Not too bad at all. 6 kills, 1,360. Base experience, you can see he fired 33 shots. 26 hit, 21 went through, 5,901 damage. Not much of it sniped, 2,802 assisted damage. And of course, a few donuts in there. The Centurion Action X didn't do too bad with 2.5. The GWE 100 clearly was doing his job in artillery, but Ace of Spades clearly topping the score charts. And even though he was firing mostly standard ammunition, it did still cost him a few credits for the standard account. A premium account would have been profitable, and that's also been a little bit of feedback from players in the Skype channels and the general feedback on the forums. A lot of players not too happy with the economy of the ranked battles, seeming to be quite expensive, and look, the skeptic in me tells me that that's probably what Wargaming want. Wargaming want people to be spamming gold because it encourages them to buy a premium account to make these battles a little bit more profitable, and also maybe even buying credits, which, look, I've done it. Plenty of people I know have bought those prosperity packs and the credits and gold packages that you see in the gift shop. And anyway, they are a business after all, so I mean, you can't say I blame them. As we move on to the second game of this double shot of ranked battles action plus a random battle as a bit of a bonus game after this one. It's the Ace of Spades again from Crazy Clan in the Object 140, this time on Arctic region, and again not doing any red line sniping. He well and truly carried that last battle. He's trying to get a cheeky shot into that Batchat 25T, the tier 10 French auto-loading medium tank, but the Batchat not really presenting itself as the other Object 140 gets taken out by the Stritzwagen 103. A number of tanks have been spotted in the southeast, but Ace of Spades is in the northwest. So Ace of Spades is not going to stuff around. He's going to try and help the T62A, the E50M, and whatever that other tank, the other Object 140. 3 artilleries again on each team. And Ace of Spades is probably thinking, well, if I go to the exact same position those other 3 medium tanks are in, if artillery does shoot, the artillery is going to get a shot on all 3 of us. So I might as well try a different angle. Pops a shot into the AMX 50B. His gun gets damaged, but a quick tap at the 4 key fixes that. I'm more a 5 key kind of guy myself from a repair kit, but never floats your boat. Did block a handy 400 hit points of damage in that little engagement with the AMX. The E50M and the T62A doing a good job holding those tanks back and keeping them entertained, or keeping them a little bit hesitant to move forward. He gets lit again. He gets shot by the AMX 50B. That's an auto-loader, so he pulls back. He did penetrate that time. The last shot was bounced. Now that AMX 50B probably down here, maybe even back at G1, and that's why he's pinging the map, and he's letting his teammates know there's an auto-loading French heavy tank sniping from back there. And of course, I don't have an AMX 50B, but you do see him camping and sniping a little bit as another one of the tanks in Ace of Spades team goes down, and you get another one. 3 zip is the score. That southeastern flank really getting hammered, and the Ace of Spades is no dummy. He knows that this northwestern part is where all the action, where they need to push their advantage. Unfortunately, he's not in a position to put any damage into the T11 OE5. They're down by 1-4. Now have a look, the grill already given up, moved back there. I'm not sure where that grill was, but he's gone up for that little boost spot up at A9 on Arctic region, looking for maybe trying to confirm his top 3 spot just in case they lose. And Ace of Spades missed his first shot in that WZ1321, the new Chinese tier 10 light tank. Second shot went through. Third shot not so lucky. That T11 OE5 is still alive somehow. I'm just trying to zoom out. It looks like he might have even fallen down. Now the Ace of Spades has spotted that AMX 50B, and he says it's time to get some revenge. He's trying to keep shooting at that tank. The turret not so strong. It is pretty well angled, the AMX 50B's turret, but he's not stuffing around. He's just going to keep unloading into that tier 10 French auto-loading heavy tank. It looks like he's spotted him again. Be very handy if he got a tracking shot. Probably won't be able to because he looks like he's behind something. No, he does. Gets a tracking shot. He'll be hoping somebody else shoots him. Aiming for the track again. Not sure if that kept the track unlocked, but he's down to a one shot. Thank you very much for the kill, says the Ace of Spades from Crazy Clan. That pulls it back to 4-6. The 50M, after doing a stellar job on that corner, did get taken out by the AMX 50B, and because the AMX 50B was focusing on the German medium tank, the Ace of Spades and his Object 140 was able to clean him up. Batchat gets spotted out there, looking like he's trying to get the goods on the mouse, which he has. And of course, one shot should be enough. No, somebody else does it. The Kranwagen goes down as well. And the Ace of Spades, have a look at that. Sees the Jagdpanzer. That Jagdpanzer E100 did get hit by artillery and stunned. But it looks like he used his repair kit to fix the stun before another artillery put a shot into him. And the Ace of Spades, just time to farm some damage. They're down by 2 tanks. But remember, this T11OE5 is out of the game. He's fallen down into this little lake on Arctic region. And I'm not that confident that he's going to be able to get out. So I think the right thing to do is probably to ignore the Tier 10 American heavy tank, get rid of everyone else, and maybe then come back and try and deal with the T11OE5. He advises the other Object 140 to pull back. They're down by a tank. That enemy E5 finally drowned down there. Obviously, he couldn't get out. Maybe, I'm tipping he was trying to do his best to get out of there, but it did take him a long time to drown. He certainly didn't give up. Auto aims on the STRV, puts a shot into him, lights him on fire. That's fantastic. Have a look at that Swedish tank burn. And of course the other Object 140 steals the kill. 9-all the score now. WZ132-1, Tier 10 Chinese light tank gets lit. The other Object 140 goes down, but the Grill and the Object 140 both picked up a kill in that little skirmish. So it's 10 apiece now. 3 artilleries, a tank destroyer. That's that Grill who looks like that Grill's taking on the mouse versus the mouse. The WZ132-1 and 3 enemy artilleries. So of course Ace of Spades doing the right thing. Wants to get rid of the WZ132-1, the Tier 10 Chinese light tank, and hopefully that Grill can at least keep that mouse spotted so the artilleries from back here can all drop turds on his head. Of course, they've got two French auto-loading artillery pieces on the Ace of Spades' side. The Grill not so lucky. Maybe he shouldn't have gone for the camping spot, the spot where you go to when you're sure your team's going to lose. Maybe he shouldn't have gone for that spot so early. Maybe he should have continued maybe up here on this ridgeline where TDs often go. Now that mouse got taken out by, must have been one of those artillery pieces because that's all that was left. The mouse has been taken out, so it's just a WZ132-1 and 3 enemy artilleries left up against 2 auto-loading Batchat artilleries, the Conqueror gun carrier, and of course the Ace of Spades in his Object 140, who's already picked up 3,791 hit points of damage. Sounds like the artilleries were just firing, maybe firing blindly or trying to counter. Maybe they were firing where artilleries often sit, down here in the southwest. Ace of Spades puts in the chat that he's concerned that he can't spot the WZ132-1. I would disagree. Look, he's on 1,532 health, so he could possibly spot him and do a bit of a brawl with him. Because that WZ132-1 only got about 300 or 400 hit points from memory, which would be 2 shots for the Object 140. Sounds like the artillery's still trying to counter battery. I hope they're moving after each shot because I guarantee at least one of those enemy artilleries will be counter battering as well. I think the Batchat 15558 on the enemy side has been lit. I can't see where he's been lit on the enemy map, so it tells me it's probably right down in this K1 corner, or even along that red line anyway. 505 hit points the WZ132's on. Now what's he going to do? He's spotted both the artillery and the light tank, puts a shot into the artillery, and now look, I think Ace of Spades really needs to help get rid of that light tank, and he's worked that out as well. Batchat 15558 picks up the kill on the GWE100, proving that I'm correct. The Ace of Spades leaving the German artillery piece for artillery to do. He does cop a little bit of damage, only 200 and... No, it doesn't cop any damage, just got a little bit of stun damage from the enemy Batchat. Keeps moving, because of course that's an auto-loader. And we know that there's a tank on the cap circle, so Ace of Spades, his hand has pretty much been forced. He needs to find out who's sitting on the cap. Looks like the Batchat 15558 is heading back to cap as well. He's got a minute to get there, so it's not as urgent as that siren sometimes seems to encourage you to, you know, get there really urgently. He's still got a minute, and even if somebody else jumps on the cap, that'll only drop to 30 seconds, and he's nearly there in any case. So, you know, it's not out of the question. That could be the French artillery piece. That's known for its speed. He gets spotted, which tells me it's probably the light tank. No, it is the artillery. It's the artillery capping. Ace of Spades does the right thing, picks up the kill. Of course, the cap was reset by one of the artilleries, but that cheeky little WZ132-1 on 323 health kills the Batchat 15558, the one that went to help the Ace of Spades on the reset. And of course, that's just a one-shot. The APCR round's 320 average damage, so one shot should be enough, unless he low rolls. One shot should be enough. Even if he needs to take two, if he cops a couple of shots from the Chinese light tank, it doesn't really matter, because he's got 1532 health up his sleeve. His repair kit and all that kind of stuff is ready to go. And again, is looking around for that Chinese tank. Needs to do it. There he does. He cops one shot from the Chinese WZ132-1, but sends him back to the garage, picking up his third kill and getting his damage counter up to 4,654, plus 1,290 assisted, which is no mean feat whatsoever. 3 minutes and 45 seconds left in this battle. The Conqueror, who was just taken out by that WZ not so long ago, advises both tanks to cap. That T92 HMC looks like he's had a pretty good game. He's up at rank 3. He's got 4 kills. And I think Ace of Spades probably thinking 3.5 minutes. We've got time to have a quick look down here in this place where artillery often sit. Have a quick look down there just to see if he's there, and then maybe jump on the cap. Looks like the Batchat 15558. He's heading towards the cap circle. Doesn't look like the 92's there, so the 92's most likely down here. Look, he could even be down here. It's been a long time since enemies were seen there. It sounds like one of them just shot. I'm not sure if that was the T92 or the Batchat, but when there's only one enemy tank left, Ace of Spades just rolled his mouse over it to see which way he was aimed. He's aimed towards Frenchie. Gets one shot into the T92, and Frenchie does the TD mode kill, if you like, on Arctic region. Not a bad result at all for the Ace of Spades from Crazy Clan, having an absolute perler, picking himself up plenty of damage, topping the score charts with 1,012 base experience, 5,114 hit points of damage, 3 kills, 22 shots fired, 19 hits, 17 went through, and plus a little bit of assisted damage. Made money that time, 17,148, because he didn't run out of standard rounds. I think he put 1 HC round into the turret of that T92, but all in all, a pretty good game from the Ace of Spades. 2 pretty good games from the Ace of Spades from Crazy Clan, picking up some rank battled victories and some rank battled chevrons on Arctic region, and whatever the other one was. No, it wasn't Corellia. Who knows? Anyway, moving on to the third and final game in this extravaganza of Tier 10 Soviet medium tanks. This one's from Aurora 97 from Calm Clan. This is a random battle. Aurora 97 from Calm Clan. In the Object 907, the Clan Wars reward tank. APCR rounds are standard, 320 damage, 264 penetration, 330 with the heat rounds, which is premium. Very similar to the Object 140. In fact, it's probably the same gun. This time it's an all Tier 10 random battle on steps. And Aurora from Calm Clan moving into the middle, looking for vision on these enemy tanks. I didn't see Sixth Sense go off, but maybe he doesn't have it. That would be interesting. But he picks up 1,107, make it 1,400 hit points of assisted damage into that Batchat. The Batchat being taken down to just under 400 health. Aurora 97 from Calm Clan getting the vision happening from the central part of steps, and two Batchats getting killed pretty quickly. One's from his platoon mate Kilyuaran in the STRV 103B. I know that name from somewhere. I reckon he might have sent me a replay. And his other platoon mate iGuru from Crown in the T110E4. And the Object 140 was the other tank that picked up the kill other than the STRV 103B. 2 zip is the score on steps. 1401 assisted damage to Aurora 97 from Calm Clan. Good to see top tier medium tanks doing the spotting. Often you see if there's no light tanks, the medium tanks just won't step up to the plate and do the spotting. 2 Batchats both been taken out from the enemy side, which will severely restrict their vision. And Aurora 97 joining the big push along the western flank. Normally on steps you see a lot of action on the east, and you can see all those enemy tanks that have been lit up there. T110E5, 113 IS7, some medium tanks, some TVP, some more autoloaders galore. There's a TVP T5051. There was 2 Batchats, and there is one other Batchat still left on the enemy side. 2 tanks go down pretty quickly. Again, the 2 Batchats. Well, the Batchats want to die early in this game, and that brings the score back to 2 zip. And looking at the minimap, it looks like the enemy tanks are pushing pretty aggressively on that eastern flank. The Aurora 97's team have comprehensively won the western side. What are they going to do once they get up here into all this open ground? Who knows? There's not many ridgelines to bounce around and play off for Aurora 97 in the Object 904, so he's going back to try and defend the cap. It looks like the Batchat and the TVP both running like scared little girls straight down the road, down the central road, and they need someone with some vision to keep an eye on that northeastern corner. The T62A, the T110E5 and the 113 all spotted just up here, and you'd think they'll soon be approaching on the cap the score on 2-4. Somebody spots the E5, and look at that, those medium tanks playing off the railway line. He fires and misses towards the Object 140. Plenty of action happening down in the south as well. You can see the spot of that Jagdpanzer. And that TVP T5051, another Jagdpanzer right up here in the corner. Interesting. And the M48 pattern, again, another interesting place for a medium tank. For a minute, I thought it must have been a ranked game. 2-4's the score. He's on 1401 assisted damage. Hasn't done any damage to his shot yet, but he's just getting warmed up. He's still on nearly 1700 health. Showing some patience. The Object 140 and the T62A both have been spotted over there. The Object 140 only on 814 hit points. It looks like that sounded like either an E100 or the Panzer Kampfwagen putting a shell into the T62A, taking him down to 1637 hit points of damage. And Aurora 97 waiting for his opportunity to strike and hopefully draw these medium tanks out, try and flank them. The Panzer Kampfwagen looks like he's taking on that T57 now. T62A not looking towards Aurora 97, so he puts a shot in. Now he is looking his way, but it's too late. Aurora 97 from Calm Clan picks up his first kill. Kilyuaran in the STRV 103 kills another Batchat. How many Batchats are in this game? There must be about 1,000. And that they're slowly trying to claw the scoreboard back. 4-6 as Aurora gets a shot into the T57 Heavy. Pulls back, doesn't want to be on the reload when that 140, if that 140 pushes on him. It'd be pretty brave for the 140 to push on him though. He's got the Panzer Kampfwagen there, as well as the E100 and a few TDs. The E4, look at that shot, that would be lovely. Thank you very much. Kilyuaran picks up the kill. That's 3 kills for Kilyuaran, if I've said his name right. Aurora's on 1 kill, 1351 damage, 1400 assisted, and now it's time to stop these pricks from pushing on their base and try and farm a little bit of damage. That T57 Heavy, possibly on the reload. Maybe that's why he's aiming the wrong way and obviously pulling back. 5-6 the score now. Now all of a sudden, Aurora 97's team have got a clear advantage here in the northwest. They take out the E5. The IS7 goes down to the pattern. They'll be on the other side of the map. And these guys really need to work together, get rid of the T57 and the IS7, and they'll go from a 1 tank deficit to 1 tank up. If they play their cards right, Aurora coming back here, trying to get a different angle, probably on the T57 Heavy. It looks like that IS7, it looks like he's surrounded. He's been taken down to 244 health. And now he's looking, that looks like a pretty good shot, but Russian accuracy, the shot lands in the dirt. 6 cents doesn't go off. D57 still not aiming his way. So Aurora 97 picks up the shot, takes him down to a one shot. One more should be enough. It is. That's his second kill, and it's also the kill that's evened up the scoreboard. 8 apiece. Tank destroyers galore on the other side. 2 Jag Panzers and the FV215B 183. 3 on Auroras as well. Kiluaran, who's having a ripper in the STRV 103B, and of course iGuru from Crown in the T11 OE4. And there's a grill. There's a lazy grill just sort of roaming around. There he is over there. The grill and iGuru both on full health, which is good to have towards the later part of the game, just in case you do need to brawl. But again, looking at the minimap where iGuru is pinging, you can see it looks like you can see where they were all last spotted. Looks like the enemy team have gone for a bit of a camp fest. There's no artillery to drop turds on their heads, but let's see what iGuru, Aurora, and Kiluaran can do from this position. Aurora 97 showing great restraint, just kicking back here, waiting to see where his teammates go. I think there's that Batchat who's over there with the TVP. The TVP is only on 21 health, the Batchat on 544. And of course, they might light something up, but they also might get killed. The grill, clearly the grill wants that bush. Really you? Yep, really you. He does. There you go. Someone has to kill that prick. No. Bounces the top of the tier 10 German tank destroyer. Aurora 97 in the Object 907. This is the Clan Wars reward tank from 2 or 3 campaigns that's happened on the Asian server. If you get enough points, victory points or fame points or whatever they want to call it, you get a choice between a few tanks, and every time they do a campaign they tend to add a new tank, and the Object 907 has been a popular choice for some time because it can be pretty stealthy. It's got a pretty low profile. It's got the same gun as the Object 140, I think, or even the T62A, and you see it gets used plenty of times in Clan Wars and Tier 10 battles all the time. First shot doesn't quite hit the 113, and I think he's behind that ridge now. I mean, old mate, bit of an opportunity wasted there to get rid of the Tier 10 Chinese heavy tank. 8 all's the score. It looks like the enemy team are camping the shit out of this one. Even with the 113, the mouse, the pattern, auto loaders. Unlucky not to penetrate the FV215B 183, but it sounds like he just fired. Penetrates him that time, takes him down to 879 hit points, but tipping is going to back off around that corner. Somebody's unloading into the mouse. The mouse down to around about half health. Aurora 97 on 2,843 damage, plus the 401 assisted damage that he did at the start of the game. The E100 on 432 hit points. Needs to be careful. A lot of those enemy tanks that are back here can one-shot him. Of course, the FV215B can. What's he on? 400. So the TVP will probably need 2 shots to kill him. The Jags certainly only need 1 shot to get rid of an E100 on 430 odd health. Aurora 97 from Calm Clan. Now looking for a different angle of attack. He's spotted the M48 pattern. Now that M48 pattern, he was camping right back up here at K0 in the southeast for a little while. Sounds like someone shot towards him but didn't quite land their shot. And it looks like Aurora 97 from Calm's going to pull back, try and get a different angle on that pattern. I'd be tempted to leave that pattern for last because he's on 2,000 hit points. It's going to take a while to get rid of. There's plenty of other low health tanks on the enemy side, including that 113. And have a look what he's found over this side at Jag Panzer. That 113 on 93 hit points and the pattern. But that Jag and the M48 pattern on about 3,500 hit points between them. Kiluaran in the SDRV 103P picks up kill number 5, getting rid of the Jag Panzer E100, who clearly was still at the base, the Batchat 25T, possibly getting the vision for that shot. 9 all is the score. Only 4.5 minutes on the clock. Let's see what these guys can do. One thing about doing 3 replays in one video. He's a coffee. Can get cold pretty quickly. 9 alls the score on steps. Aurora 97 from Calm Clan in his Object 907 picked himself up 2 kills, 2,843 damage, 1,401 assisted. Kilyuaran's having an absolute ripper in the STRV 103B with 5 kills. He'll be hoping to turn that into a top gun at some stage. He's on 934 health. Aurora on 1663. iGuru in the TW1 OE4 still on full health on 2,000 hit points. They need to do something about that Jagdpanzer E100 on 1,500. And of course, that Patton is also on full health on 2,000 hit points. The 113's on about 90. Now, for a minute there, I was in free camera mode, which sometimes can make it look like the reticle's doing things that it's not supposed to. I assure you, it's not doing that at all. It's just because it was in free camera mode when I was looking around to see where the other tanks might be. Aurora 97 looking at shots up the arse of that M48 Patton, the Tier 10 American medium tank, which I cannot wait to buy. Wargaming, if you're listening, please put it on sale soon. I want to buy one. iGuru cops a shot there, but the Jagdpanzer does get damaged. The E4 just got shot from somewhere else, possibly the Patton. Kilyuaran picks up the top gun, gets the Jagdpanzer. iGuru gets taken out by the M48 Patton, so he's still on full health. Maybe he's got a force field around that tank. There he is. Finally, somebody put some damage into the Tier 10 medium tank. He loses his... He gets a damage ammo rack, though, in the process. Just got to keep him lit. Wait for your teammates to come and help, because I reckon he's on his own. And that 113 won't be in too much of a rush to come and help that Patton, because since he is on such low hit points. Now the Patton's down to 14. The TVPT 5051 auto-loading Czech medium tank picks up the kill on that M48 Patton. And for the first time in a long time, Aurora 97 from Calm Clan with his old mate Kilyuaran and iGuru. Finally, they're up by one tank. Now Kilyuaran getting a little bit brave, moving forward in his Swedish tank destroyer. And Aurora will be saying, then I'll move forward. He's only on 93. The 2-minute siren goes off. 4 enemy tanks left to kill. The 113 on very low health. The Mouse, the TVPT 5051 and the FV215B 183. There's the Death Star. He just misses his shot, aiming towards the top of the turret of the British tank destroyer. Now that FV is a one shot. So's the 113. No idea of the health of the Mouse or the TVP, who were both last spotted near the cap circle. He would have been seen when he crossed that little gap, moving around here, trying to get a different angle, or at least trying to distract these tanks while Kilyuaran does his stuff. Kilyuaran gets taken out, but not before he killed the 113. And Aurora picks up the kill on the FV215B 183 tank destroyer. 2 to go. The Mouse and the TVP T5051. Aurora 97 from Calm Clan is the last one left in this platoon. He's on 800 exactly hit points. He's already done 4,741 damage plus 1,500 assisted. 1 minute to go. They need to find these tanks and get rid of them. And there's the Mouse. The Mouse has been spotted possibly by the TVP. And they need to get rid of that Mouse pretty quickly. 45 seconds to go. There's the TVP. The TVP should be an easy kill for the grill if he pushes onto him. But Mouse is on 1,000. Looks like the TVP just put a shot into the grill. 35 seconds to go. Aurora with the cheeky shots on the Mouse. He lands it and penetrates him. The TVP kills the TVP. The Batchat kills the Mouse, and somehow they turn that around and win it with just 25 seconds to go. As we have a quick look at the post-game battle results. That's the wrong one. That's the Ace of Spades. This is the one from Aurora 97 from Calm Clan. Only a first class, but what a performance in a platoon. He's got himself the spotting medal. Bruiser, 5 for effect. You've done plenty of damage to plenty of tanks. You can see combined 12,000 damage in a platoon. Kilyuaran having a ripper with 7 kills, 5,651 hit points of damage. Aurora 3 kills, 5,675. iGuru doing the job, 2,638. That's 5, 10, 12, 13. That's nearly 14,000 damage as a platoon. Not counting all that assisted damage. 2.5 to Kilyuaran, 1,500 to Aurora. iGuru not doing that good, but Cost him a few credits. I reckon there was some premium ammunition fired, especially towards that mouse. With a premium account, he would have made a little bit of credits. But an absolute ripper of a platoon game featuring the Object 907, the Clan Wars reward tank, the Tier 10 Russian medium, and his platoon mates. Iguru in the E4 and Kilyuaran in the Swedish thing, the STRV. And of course, Ace of Spades with his ranked battles, absolutely fantastic. Thanks for the replays, lads. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care and see you all next time.